Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Ted. Today we dive into one of the darkest corners of human experience, the urge to give up. We all face the world, whether it's career failure, a health crisis, or a personal tragedy. There comes a moment where the weight of the situation feels heavier than you will to carry it. It starts as a heavy chest, then a cloudy mind, and eventually it turns into a question that acts like a poison. Why is this happening to me? Why not anyone else? When you ask why me, you aren't looking for an answer. You're looking for an escape. You're trying to throw responsibility of your life onto fate, or God, or your ex, or your boss. But here's the hard truth I've learned. The university doesn't owe you an explanation, and your self-pity doesn't pay the bill. If you stay in that whiny cycle, your situation doesn't just stay bad, it grows, it gets worse and worse and worse. You become a prisoner in a cell where the door is unlocked, but you're too busy crying to see the handle. So how do we break the lock? How do we get through this ASAP? The answer is one word: results. I want you to think about the results, the good results, when you overcome all of this. Now you might be thinking, Ted, how can I think about the positive results when my current reality is a nightmare? You're right. Right now the results feels fake. It feels like a lie. In fact, let's call it what it is, an illusion. It's a story you're telling yourself about a future that doesn't exist yet. But here's the thing about a human brain, it doesn't always know the difference between what is happening and what is vividly imagined. Think about a nightmare. When you wake up from a bad dream, your heart is racing, you're sweating, you're terrified, but nothing actually happened. You were safe in your bed, your brain reacted to a fact thought as if it were real. You can use that same logic. When you're stuck in a dark place, you have no positive feelings. Your happiness tank is at zero. But when you consciously stop and visualize the results, the moment you win, the moment you heal, the moment you finally see the results paid off with your efforts, something magical happens. You get a tiny spark of dopamine. You get a little bit oxygen. These factors bring you very real positive feelings, and those feelings are the fuel you need to move. What's truly amazing about life is this: when you feel even 1% more positive, your brain switches more. You move from emotional brain to your logical brain. When you think about the results, you stop being a victim of your emotions and you start using your mind as a tool. You don't need 1,000 reasons to keep going. You just need one, even if it's a vague reason. Even if just that hope that one day I'll be able to look back and laugh at this. That's enough. One more step is 1,000 times better than just lying in a bed and letting your mind eat you alive. I want to geek out with you for minutes because I want you to just this isn't just fluff. Our brain has something called the reticular activating system, RAS. Think of it like a filter. If you decide want to buy a red car, suddenly you see red cars everywhere. They were always there, but your brain started filtering for them. When you focus on giving up and pain, your RAS filters for more pains. You notice every bad things that happens. You notice every person who goes at you. You notice every obstacles. But when you obsess over the result, your RAS start filtering for opportunities. You see a book that might help you. You overhear a conversation that gives you an idea. You meet someone who has been where you are. Thinking about the result isn't just an illusion, it's a way of reprogramming your brain's hardware to find it. You are literally telling yourself, stop looking at the problem and start looking for the solution. Now let's take some examples. The first example is the breakup. Imagine you had this incredible love story. You share everything, you plan for your future. Then, out of nowhere, or maybe after a long string of fights, it's over. They walk away. They say they don't love you anymore or it's not working. Suddenly, your world is just broken. It's gone. You don't know who you are without them. You can't accept a reality. You stay up all night scrolling through old photos. You check their last scene on WhatsApp or the other social media apps. You pray for a text. You act in ways that if you saw someone else doing it, you call it pathetic. I've seen people, real people, they talk about their experience after breaking up. You can also easily see these posts on social media a lot out there. They lock themselves away for years over a breakup. They stop taking care of their bodies. They stop seeing friends. They punish themselves every single day for a crime they didn't commit. But friends, please listen to me. Why are you punishing yourself when the event has already passed? Your body is your home. Your mind is your best friend. Neither of them deserve the abuse you are giving them right now. Now, let's apply the results method. What is the result of moving on? Close your eyes and imagine the version of you 1 year from now.
Now the space between us laughs at all our hopes and dreams was I am full for my beliefs.
You are in a cafe, the sun is shining, and you realize you haven't thought about your ex all day. You feel light, you feel strong, you met new people, you make friends, you discover new hobbies you actually enjoy. You look better because you've been taking care of yourself. That future you is the result. That version of you is real. It just hasn't arrived yet. When you focus on that person instead of the person who left you, the pain starts to lose its power. You realize that you get that happy you. You have to stop acting like a victim today. The result of a breaking up isn't being alone. The result is freedom. The result is self-discovery. Focus on that. Let's move to something else. Maybe you're a student. Maybe you're taking a professional certification to get a better job. You work so hard, you stay up until the sun comes over the horizon. You skip parties, and then you check the results. Fail. The feeling is like a burn to the gut. You feel stupid. You feel like a fraud and think maybe I'm just not built for this. Maybe I'm just take a low paying job and then give up my dreams. Stop right there. Why did you want this in the first place? Was it for a grade? No, it was for the results after the grade. It was for the career, the stability, the pride of your parents, the ability to provide for your family in the future. When you focus only on the fail, you are looking at a world. When you focus on the results, you are looking at a map. If you focus on the results, your logical brain kicks in. Okay, I failed this exam. Does the result still exist? Yes. Is the job still there? Yes. So what did I do wrong? Did I study the wrong material? Did I get two answers? Or if I give up now, the result becomes impossible. If I try again, the result is still 100% possible. Think about the feeling of finally passing. Think about the moment you tell your mom, I did it. Hold onto that feeling like a life jacket in a stormy sea. That result is your North Star. As long as you keep your eyes on it, you can't get lost for too long. There is one result we haven't talked about yet, and it's the most important one. The result of the struggle is the strength. Think about a muscle. How does a muscle grow? It has to be torn. It has to be put under so much stress that it literally breaks on a microscopic level. The pain of the workout is the muscle giving up. but the result is a body that can live more than it could yesterday. You are in a mental gym right now. This heartbreak, this failure, this exhaustion, this the weight on a bar. If you drop the weight and run away, you stay weak. But if you push through it, even if you form it messy, even if you're crying while doing it, you will emerge as a stronger version of yourself. Just think about it. Imagine yourself 3 years from now, sitting with a friend who is going through exactly what you are going through right now. You will be able to look them in the eye and say, I know how it feels. I was there. I wanted to quit, but I didn't. And here is how I got out. That ability to help others, that hard earned wisdom, is a result that no one can even take away from you. You are becoming a person of depth. You are becoming a person of character. So, how do we start? If you're feeling like giving up right now, I want you to do three things. Define the results. Take a piece of paper, not your phone, a real piece of paper. Write out exactly what the results look like. Don't be realistic. Be honest about what you want. I want to be happy again. I want to be debt free. I want to be a professional in my field. Something like that. Step 2. Acknowledge the emotion, then dismiss it. Say it out loud. I feel like I'm giving up. I feel sad. I feel tired. That's okay. But feelings aren't facts. Step 3. Move the needle. What is one tiny logical thing you can do right now that serves the result? If the result is a new job, just update your contact info on your resume. That's it. If the result is moving on, delete one photo. Just one. If the result is passing an exam, read one page of the textbook. These aren't big moves. They aren't result-oriented moves. They prove to your brain that you are no longer to be a victim. You are a participant. Look, I know it's hard. I'm not sitting here telling you that life is easy. Life is beautiful, messy, painful, or incredible disaster. But you're still here. You're watching this video because there's a part of you, maybe a tiny flickering spark, that isn't ready to give up yet. That part of you knows that the result is worth to fight. Don't listen to the voice that says you reached the limit. Your limit is usually just lack of dopamine. Feed your brain with the image of your success. Feed your soul the hope of a better tomorrow. You aren't failing, you're just in the middle of a story. And nobody walks out of a movie in the middle when things get intense, right? You stay for the ending. You stay for the result. Love yourself, take care of your mind, and remember every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory over the person you were yesterday. So keep moving. Thank you. See you on next one. Bye bye.